Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mobby and today I want to give you my first thoughts, my first impressions on Metal Gear Survive. Now a little backstory with me and the Metal Gear franchise. The first game I played was Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PS2 and I've tried a couple here and there, but pretty much the only one I've been through all the way was Metal Gear 2. And then the most recent one besides Metal Gear Survive, which I'm talking about today, I have played the Phantom Pain, which was a really good game. I think I got through about 50% of the way, but then I was playing on Steam PC, the game kept crashing. I was like, I'll come back to it at a later date. I haven't gone back to it yet, but I might. So I'm here to talk about Metal Gear Survive. What do I think about it? Is it a good game? I'm letting you guys know. This is a first impression review from me playing about 4 hours of the game thus far. So take that as you will. Later on, because I'm still playing it a lot, I'm doing a little bit off screen, but for the most part I am doing them during my Twitch live stream, so you should come down, links in the description, live Monday through Friday. So yeah, I'm playing mostly through there. A lot of people have been asking me, hey, is it good? What are your thoughts on it? So I thought I'd do a first impression video here. So I'm thinking about doing a final review once I get in maybe 20 plus hours in the game, so I have a better understanding of what the late game is and the overall experience you might have. But since the game is new, it's good to give you your first thoughts, because a lot of people like to, you know, try to get a lot of opinions before a game, before they purchase a game. So here we go, Metal Gear Survive. 40 bucks, not a bad opening starting price. I don't know if it's on anything else besides Steam right now. It's Metal Gear. It's probably on like PS4 and stuff like that. But anyway, this is a spin-off game, meaning you don't really need to know too much of the story, you know, from Phantom Pain. The basics are, you know, I mean, you're not even playing as like Big Boss, you know, Solid Snake. You're playing as a custom created character, male or female. You can choose your hairstyles and all that. Very limited actually. You can change the colors and everything like that. But you can name them, and then you get thrown into this world. And remember, this is like mild spoilers, just because I haven't been too far in the game. So, I mean, Metal Gear, the Metal Gear franchise and stuff has always been known for its very long cutscenes and its very, you know, interwoven type of, you know, mythology and stuff like that. This one's not too crazy, not at all. The only time I saw Big Boss in the first 4 hours was at the beginning of the game. So, like I said, the game is a spin-off, meaning it should not matter if you've played the other ones. And maybe this might have a small spin-off sequel, who knows, but you're a new character in a new dimension. Yeah, you go into a new dimension, and the game is essentially, when it comes down to it, it is a tower defense game that is very mission-based. So you jump into the game as this no-name character, and you wake up in the middle of nowhere in this new world, and you get told that, hey, you are, you know, very special, you are infected, and you have to figure out what the heck is going on. You are the only one that can, you know, save this so-called mission in the world, whatever. So let's just say it, tower defense zombie. It's a zombie tower defense, which is, you know, reskinned on top of a on top of the Metal Gear, pretty much the Metal Gear gameplay system that Phantom Pain was. Whether or not that is good or bad is up to you. You know, whether or not, like, oh, they should have just made a whole new game. But it's pretty much, it feels like a very expansive, like a very crazy expansive DLC so far. And the gameplay is essentially the same. Right off the bat, I do have to say that this game is mostly geared towards hardcore tower defense fans or hardcore Metal Gear fans. It is very grindy. So if you like tower defense games and you like slowly upgrading your character, your stats, this is for you. If you're really into Metal Gear and you want even more lore, even though this is a spin-off, this is, you know, also for you. You get more into the world, you know, even though it's a different dimension, it's another world. So let's talk about the good and the bad about the game thus far. Let's start with the good. The gameplay is smooth, the graphics are very nice, it screams AAA textures and stuff like that. So if you're worried about graphics or frames per second, it's smooth. It runs really well on my PC. It's really awesome. So graphics, you know, not much to say. If you played Phantom Pain, you know what to expect. It's pretty good so far in that regard. Audio is there, you know, the music's whatever, but it's all about you know, the atmosphere, the sound effects, and oh my god, those screamers, when they grab you, it really, you know, tends to jump you out of your seat. Let's just say that. There were some moments where, you know, I was just trying to rummage around, and all of a sudden a zombie, which I thought was dead on the ground, popped up out of nowhere, a crawler from the corner. It was, and then, you know, it really jump scary. So that was really nice. And some of the things that threw me off with the graphics, so even though it does look nice, or some of the very, it's this weird UI type of decisions that they did in the game. You know, once you get attacked or anything like that, you have a chance to be inflicted with some status effects. One of the dumbest ones was bleed, where it pretty much makes it so you cannot recover anymore. Now in this game, you have a specific HP pool. Let's just say 2000 HP, 2000 stamina, and whenever you get one of these so-called status ailments, it affects you in that sort of way. So once you're bleeding, let's say you bleed, but then you finish a battle, you're down to 100 HP. It doesn't heal. It doesn't heal anymore. You stay at 100 HP unless you use up a lot of resources to get rid of it, which is kind of annoying. And while that is happening the whole time and you're almost dead, you know, just like in shooter games or stuff like that, the whole screen around you turns red, and this one even goes far beyond and has blood trickling down on like the camera screen. It's really, really annoying. Oh my god. It was sometimes it was hard to just navigate through the menus, but you know, after a while it really becomes, you know, well, when I first picked it up, I saw the UI, you know, going through the menus, it was really annoying. And even when I first like plugged in, like I wanted to play this game with my gamepad, since I'm playing on Steam PC. I thought for sure, you know, my Xbox One controller would work. So I plugged it in, and it did not work. Maybe there's a patch coming up or something, but it did not activate. And I don't know if that was intentional or not. So I played the game with keyboard and mouse, and that's what I'm going to be playing with from here on out, because you got to use a lot of fine movements with the mouse. But then, you know, I played the game, and during some cutscenes, my character would jump or something like that, and then my character would vibrate, and I'm like, oh, okay, they really did intend for you to use the Xbox One controller, but you know, it just didn't work. So that was really weird. So if you're hoping to play this with a controller, I don't know, maybe by the time you see this video, they fixed their, maybe there's something wrong with mine, but it works fine when all the other games I have. So let's get to the meat potatoes of the gameplay. Like I said, you are a nameless soldier, and your job is to uncover the mystery with this new dimension. They throw you in the middle of this desert in this world called Dite, where it's just you, some other guy, as a freaking AI that helps you get around the world, you know, gives you lots of lengthy tutorials, and your job is to run outside, gather new materials, new recipes, come back to your base, make those new materials and stuff like that, make new guns, make new weapons, and upgrade them. A lot of customization with colors and what you could wear, and pretty much it's a tower defense, like I said. So very grindy getting materials, because you have to use said materials to, you know, make new items. And let's just give it a really nice comparison for those of you who have played Fortnite. Fortnite is one of those games where you run around the world and you have, you know, you have materials and you just build out of thin air and you put down a fence or two. Same thing here, you know, you're gonna be outside the world, there's a bunch of zombies around you, you put a big old chain link fence in front of you, you quickly just craft it, and then you have your spear, you can poke through and attack them. You can put mines down, you can do sandbags and lots of other stuff. So, and here is where my first impressions and thoughts become negative. Let's talk about the things that are bothersome / weird and unnecessary. So first of all, if you're hoping to maybe, you know, play different characters, you can't. You can only make one character right now, and you keep that level as you go on. You can make different characters, but you have to actually purchase character slots. Even though we bought a full $40 game, you have to purchase extra add-on for that. And guess what? Even with that one character, you can only have one save slot, meaning you can't you can't save here and then load another one later. So let's say you know, one character doesn't matter, but you can't save to different things. Like for instance, if you play like an RPG game, you save in save slot 1, like okay, time to save in save slot 2, whatever, for whatever reason. You can't do that either. You have to pay for in-game currency, which is kind of annoying. So they made weird decisions like that. They have microtransactions in there. They don't have loot boxes per se. Okay, so there are loot boxes, but you don't really, I haven't gone to the store, but I don't think you purchase them with real life money. I have found loot boxes in the game that give you like random gear and stuff, so that's cool. You could find them, you know, actually in the game. So there's that. The game feels very slow at times, and that's just because I believe they want to squeeze more money out of you. I don't know if this game is worth it right now as it is. I mean, I was thinking of actually refunding it, but then when I looked at my Steam profile, I passed over 2 hours and I was like, okay, let's give the game another chance and let's play again. The first couple hours are rough though, like if you don't know what you're doing, because the game is really time based. Continuously as you play, and even if you're looking through the menus, unless you press escape and pause the whole game, if you're looking in your, and they call it an iDroid, your freaking tablet or whatever, so you can see your inventory and stuff, continuously your HP and stamina will go down. Well, your maximum hunger and stamina will go down, and thus making your life very, very hard. And you know, at the first mission they give you is go over here, drink some water, find some water, and kill some sheep to figure out how to, you know, get the meat. So you go kill some sheep, which is pretty funny because I punch them out, and then you harvest the meat, and then you can cook the meat back at the house. So food, easy peasy, lemon squeeze, easy. But then here comes the most stupidest thing. It's like so dumb, and it's really like, it's gonna turn a lot of people off, let's just say that. Water, getting clean water at the start of the game. The first 4 hours and I'm still struggling to find and get water. Right now, like when you first start, they're like, oh, go over here to find some water. There's a big dirty ass pool of water you have to obtain with, you know, water bottles. So you drink dirty water. Drinking dirty water does replenish your water, but it gives you a very high chance of, you know, getting poison, and that poison really makes it difficult to play. Your character throws up at random times. It is annoying as all hell. And I actually looked it up, like, okay, how do I get clean water? So we don't have to deal with this, right? You have to freaking cook it at your campfire, but you can't do it without a hanging pot add-on to your campfire. And one of my Twitch chat members looked it up, and he's like, yeah, you can't really get that until like a couple missions later on. And I'm already hours in, and no, not yet. So it's really difficult. You have to, it's just really annoying because I feel like the game, like even if you get like an ailment or something, I had to wait like 5 minutes plus probably 10 minutes for it to go away. So I was running around the world doing a lot of safe things while my HP was stuck at 100 running around. The game just feels very like, okay, I can deal with the grinding aspect, but it feels like they're trying really hard to kill you for just playing. Like everything's continuously draining and you're like, oh, I gotta keep moving, gotta keep playing, gotta keep figuring out what the hell's going on. It's called Survive, so I understand, but they couldn't make it drain a lot less. Like, I'm not even kidding. You have to eat and drink like every 5 to 10 minutes. That's actually really annoying. Think of it as playing Don't Starve. You have to eat and drink. Actually, no, you eat and drink a lot less in Don't Starve than you would do in Metal Gear Survive. So it just feels like very grindy in that respect. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just my first impressions and thoughts. The game is grindy, and I was about to refund it, but since I hit 2 hours plus, I'm gonna stick it out, and we'll see what happens then. But you know, the combat's okay. You know, attacking enemies with a bow and arrow, a machete, a giant hammer is fun, but it feels really weird that you have to like ready your item and go. The whole game, as you can see from the gameplay here, it's all from, you know, third-person perspective, and then when you hold right-click, it goes closer in third person. You're using your weapon and rating it up. I mean, once you level up, you can level up your stats for more attack, more maximum stamina, and you get new skills like curb stomping enemies. I can't say curb stomp. You just stomp them in the ground, and you know, quick dodging and stuff like that. So there is a lot left to see. I really enjoy the aspect that, you know, you feel like you're getting a lot of progress. I was just running around the world and I found like some recipes for a new gun or something like that. So it really makes you feel like, hey, you are earning your stay there. You know, the time that you put in, as long as you're being productive and not just running around doing nothing. You can still run around do nothing, but as long as you are fighting enemies and you are, you know, looking for new things, you're gonna make some progress. So I am having more fun with it than I have the first 2 hours. So let's just say the first 2 hours, while learning it and checking out the mechanics, it's very, very annoying. But like I said, I've only played for 4 hours, and the last 2 hours I played were starting to get a little bit better. The game is unforgiving though. You have to be really prepared. You have to learn the mechanics quick, otherwise the enemy's gonna stomp all over you and run you out of town and beat your ass, whatever. Just make sure that if you are gonna get this game, you look at even more reviews and opinions. my suggestion is the Steam reviews, as a lot of people do. Check out the Steam reviews, but look at the positive and negatives. So that's it. That is my Metal Gear Survive first impressions / review. I'm going to play a couple of more hours, and once I'm really far in the game, I'll come back with another video, and I'll call it Metal Gear Survive Final Thoughts Review. So yeah, what do you guys think about the game? Please let me know down below. Have you tried it yourself? Are you going to get it? If you are not going to get it, why? And what do you really like about the game? I would really like to read your comments down below. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next time.